Welcome to week 6 of Bets and Regrets. I'm your host, Brogan, joined by
Sean.
And Nick.
Sweet. Welcome, boys. We made it to week 6. Week 5,
Already week 6.
yeah, week 5 kind of kicked our ass, so good
I'm
to
so
see week
sad.
6, week 6 coming. Um, Going over our locks of last week, I really thought Devontae Adams was going to get a touchdown on Thursday night. Didn't happen. Uh, Thought the Giants could handle business down in New Orleans. That didn't happen. And Michigan, the Wolverines playing Wisconsin, loved them at 16 and a half. And yeah, the Badgers found a way to cover. Wasn't a close game by any means, but Badgers did cover. So those are my 3 losses. And for my 3 shots this week, I am sticking with my old faithful uh, Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey, the honey edition. So I'm going to take my 3 shots. Sean or Nick, you guys can recap your locks.
Sean, I believe in you. You got it, buddy.
Yeah, I'll go for it. So lock-wise, I went 4-2. For anybody that had that Christian McCaffrey under 58.5 rushing yards, that was a sweat for the entirety of the game.
Dude, it was crazy.
I think
He
it's
hit
the Niners.
he got to like 50 something in like the third quarter and then like never got like 3 more yards the entire time.
No, they would just have them lining up, and they would just do swing passes, and that's how they got the reception. But yeah, so I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to take a shot for that one. That's gonna just a great way to start my Thursday. But held strong. I think he ended up at one point he was over, and then he took like a 5 yard loss on a rush, which was pretty sick. And then yeah, I think he settled at 57 yards, so that was pretty cool. Um, Eagles, that was a tough beat. That one they just gave that game away to the Broncos. That one hurt. Um, the Giants plus 2.5 should have hit. I can go over that game later. Or fuck it, I'll just do it now. I mean, the Giants on it. That's so sad. Just such a sad game. I was dialed into that one. They have 3 chances to put points on the board. They end up turning the ball over 3 different times in the Saints' territory, all resulting, I believe, in points for the other team. That Cam Scatterbo one was heartbreaking. He never fumbles. Never fumbles.
Cut him.
They were going in at least to get a field goal on that. That's a 10-point swing. Jackson Dart, the ball just flew out of his hand on that one. Also never fumbles. Just fluky things like that. That's just. And the other one, it hit the receiver. He was going down, and then he just coughed that one up. That was a field goal too. So they lost by 12 points. That's at least 13-point swing right there. So that's your ball game, folks. Spencer Rattler, I will say, I mean, he's not impressed me at all, but slinging it a little bit more than
He's
I was
not
expecting.
terrible. He's not terrible, bro. I've been preaching
He's
it.
pretty bad.
He's not he's not good, but he's not like what everybody's making him out to be. I promise.
All right, I'll go. Yeah,
All right.
Indy. I had -7. They dominated the Raiders. Nothing to say. Nothing to see there. My Yuri Marab UFC 320 moneyline parlay hit, which was sick. I was filling in Brogan a little bit pre-show that Yuri was at one point a massive dog. He lost. It was a 3 round fight. He was losing the first 2 rounds and just getting absolutely dog walked. But he ended up outlasting his opponent. And at one point, he was going against Khalil Roundtree, which was the number 4 light heavyweight UFC fighter. And he ended up. Khalil was a minus like 550 favorite in the 3rd round, but Yuri just worked him and got a sick knockout as a result. So that was awesome. And the Marab fight, I mean, he was ragdolling him. He was beating the shit out of Corey Sandhagen, unfortunately, because I do like him. So that one hit, which was awesome. And my parlay of the week, the Brewers game 1 money line. I mean, that was awesome.
And
Go
so,
through, baby.
for my
I
weekly
got
locks,
2 shots, Old
Oh.
Smoky Tennessee Moonshine coming at you.
Yeah, Nick, let's talk about your lock.
yeah, hold up. Let me.
Well, because the parlay I forgot to mention my parlay of the week bet was Lions -10, and that hit. So
Oh shit, we finally did it.
Yeah, we finally hit one
right,
by not having a leg.
yeah. So,
So-
what happened?
That's the downfall of doing it on Tuesdays, is we don't know who's going to be active or whatnot for the games. So I was really high on Bowers just because going back last week, I was running some numbers and whatnot, and I was just fucking licking my chops at the fact that who the fuck did who they play last week? I can't even remember.
Colts.
Colts. Yeah, the Colts, like, for some reason can't cover tight ends. I was like, Brock Bowers going to go out there and feast. Well, Bowers didn't play. So, out of my bets, all right, 3 of them, didn't even get to go through because they're all washes because they didn't play. So, I had Bowers anytime touchdown and a Bucky Irving anytime touchdown. And then for the parlay of the week, I had Bowers over on his receiving yards. Really high on Bowers, but he was out, so that kind of fucked me in the end. The other 2 I had was Lions -10, so that one hit. And the 2 I lost this week are the Browns defense anytime touchdown. I thought that, I mean, obviously that was spicy as fuck, right? That was spicy. I genuinely thought that it could have happened though, somehow, some way. Like, I don't know, Myles Garrett getting in there, like causing a forced fumble or causing like a rush pass or some shit like that. I don't know. I figured there was an outside chance for the Browns defense to actually score. And then Baltimore money line. Oh, fuck. I am, fuck. Fuck. Houston kind of manhandled Baltimore. If that doesn't show you how valuable Lamar Jackson is to the Ravens, then I don't know what will. So he's definitely, Lamar Jackson's kind of going to come up probably 3rd in the MVP voting this year, right behind Jordan Love and Josh Allen. But that just shows you how important a quarterback is to a team. I thought the Ravens were better coached and all around more well-rounded than the fucking the Texans. No.
We can talk about that game though. Is Lamar playing defense? They gave up 44.
Yeah, I know, which is just wild. Like how does a championship caliber team like that do that? Like,
Because everybody was hurt.
let's just talk about this game right now. I know everybody was fucking hurt, but isn't John Harbaugh supposed to be a decent coach in the NFL? Like, isn't he not a Super Bowl winning coach? He should be able to keep his fucking team under wraps, and I get
He's
it.
a good coach. He's not a miracle worker.
A miracle worker? How many people were off the Ravens fucking squad last week due to injury?
Almost half the
Did you
team, I
see
think.
Was
the
it?
injury report?
No, I didn't actually look at it.
Yeah,
Was it that bad?
Lamar's obviously the big one, but it's not
They're
good.
like their entire defense was decimated.
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind then.
They had I don't think any corners.
Jair was about their only one. He was more concerned about
Yeah.
the football after for a touchdown than actually playing defense.
Yeah, lifelong,
Chidobe Awuzie,
lifelong.
Marlon Humphrey,
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting. Never mind. I take back everything I said.
backers left and right.
Yeah, I take back everything I said. I didn't realize it was that bad. I mean, I knew they had a handful. I didn't realize it was fucking so many. All right. Well, John Harbaugh, I'm sorry for besmirching your name. My apologies. You can only do so much. So I will have to take 3 shots this week, and I'm staying with Brogan's Captain Morgan. So from here on out, if the people or whatever bets, so for our weekly locks, if those people do not participate in the game or they get injured or whatever, we came to the conclusion that you're going to drink for it, right? That's what the bottom line was? Okay. So yeah, from here on out, you'll have to drink. I think what we said so far is this week it won't count because we're just making this rule. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants a little bit, try to figure things out. So, if you guys, the good old 12 listeners at home, if you guys think that we should do anything different, let us know. But I'll hand this back to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Enjoy those shots. I think you honestly just were betting Bowers and Bucky Irving just to try to get out of some shots. So it's convenient that we're making this rule after the fact. But
He's dodging it.
right.
So fuck you.
Since Nick's taking a shot, Sean, I think this might be perfect time for us to move on to some MLB
Hell yeah.
playoffs, since I know that's something that interests you and I a lot more than Nick. So as we're speaking right now, the NLDS and ALDS are going on. Looks like both ALDS might be wrapped up if the scores stay how they are now, but and tomorrow both NLDS could also be wrapped up. So Sean, I guess is there anything you wanted to bring up divisional series wise, or are we looking forward to the ALCS and NLCS and World Series already?
Well, I think the game between the Tigers and Mariners has to go 4 because somehow Detroit did eke one out at in
Well,
Seattle.
that's a good call.
I
I
think
totally
game
forgot
one.
about game one. Yeah, no, good point. So yeah, I guess that series is not over yet.
Right, but I mean, I'm penciling in the Dodgers right now. Wouldn't mark anything in, and obviously pencil it in. But ideally, the Brewers get it done tomorrow. If not, probably look for Thursday. And yeah, I mean, ideally, the Yankees just get absolutely fucking buried. Their pitching has just been abysmal. You can't give up. What the hell did they give up game one? They gave up like 11.
Yeah,
That's
tough to win if you're giving up double digits, especially in the playoffs.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I like the Mariners and Tigers. I was pretty happy with whoever was going to come out of there. Just happy that they were able to get a trip to the ALCS, and then I like the Blue Jays. That's a cool story. So I'm as long as it's not the Yankees coming out of the AL, I'll be fine. And then ideally the Crew gets it done, and I'd love it if it's a Crew versus whoever World Series. Obviously, being from Wisconsin and not being witnessing a World Series with the Brewers playing in our lifetime, barely in our parents' lifetime. So hopefully, Crew takes care of business tomorrow and just takes another step closer.
Yeah, I agree with that. Obviously, also being a Brewers fan, but I love the way that the Blue Jays are taking care of business with the Yankees because then don't have to worry about the Yankees advancing. And I am a huge Mariners fan. Mariners are my AL team. Went and saw them in person last year when I was out in Seattle. So ever since then, I've been hooked on the Mariners. So glad to see them taking care of business against Detroit tonight. They'll be up 2-1 if the score holds, and hopefully they can wrap that up too. And yeah, I mean Dodgers obviously look pretty scary with beating the Philadelphia Phillies twice at home, but I don't think that series is over yet. I know a lot of people are writing the Phillies off, but I think the Phillies went to LA and won. I don't know if they swept the Dodgers, but they won a few games out in LA not too long ago, I think. So obviously that's not playoff baseball, but I think that series if Philly could somehow win game 3, that series could get interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. If they still had Wheeler, I would say that, yeah, the Phillies could definitely still do it. I just don't know, especially if they somehow get past the Dodgers. I don't know how you're winning 7-game series without your ace and should have been NL Cy Young winner.
Yeah,
So,
well, and that's like I don't know. Obviously, the Dodgers are up 2-0. I'm not necessarily saying I think the Phillies can come back and do that, but um, I do think the Phillies are talented enough on offense to if Bryce Harper and Schwarber and the rest of their lineup can get hot. I know that's asking a lot, but
all right.
I feel like they can bang it with anybody. So we'll see. Not looking good for them, obviously, but all you got to do is win 3 games. If you're the Phillies, so.
Yep.
So looking at World Series odds right now, Dodgers are heavy favorites, and then Mariners, Blue Jays, and Brewers are all right around plus 400. You have a updated World Series pick since your Tigers AL pennant pick is not looking the greatest anymore, Sean. Still alive,
Yeah,
but on life
I might
support.
just try and start. start tanking everybody that the Brewers play, and I'd just probably go Dodgers with the plus 155. Ideally, just put a bunch of money on that, and I mean, what can go wrong there?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of
Surely
surprised it's
nothing.
still plus 155. Like, I figured with how dominant they've looked so far, that number might be even closer to even money. But
Right. Yeah. Coming out of the NL, I think they were, what were they, once minus 145 right now? So, I mean, you might as well just crown them already. There's no way that the
right,
Brewers or Phillies. I'm not even going to say the team from Illinois' name.
Nick, are you back with us yet? Do you have any baseball takes? All right, he must not be with us.
Good talk.
Um, Sean, anything else baseball wise?
No, it's just been a extremely fun and entertaining Brewers baseball season, and I hope that we can rattle off about, what do we need, like 9 more wins?
It's so close yet so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one thing I guess I was talking with somebody at work today about was, it's nice to see some luck go the Cruise way for once in the postseason. Obviously, we've been without Yelich last year, and then 1 year previous, I think it was like what was that, like 2019 when we lost him too. But anyways, we've had some bad
Yep.
luck in the playoffs, and I know
Kevin
it's still
Williams
early,
breaking his
but
hand.
right. But Churio
No
looking like
Woody.
he's hurt after game one, and then being able to come back in game two and play and make a huge impact again. It's nice to see that bounce the Brewers' way instead of Churio being out for the playoffs or something like that. So
Yeah, something devastating. That was Pat Murphy, the Brewers manager, called it, which then 10 minutes later you get Curio in a press conference saying, no, I'm fine. It's a precautionary. So we're good. Which, yeah, very happy to hear.
so
So
yeah,
ideally,
uh,
we just stay healthy.
right. Keep this ball rolling.
Hmm.
Some news that's been all over the sports world and even outside of the sports world from this past weekend too. Mark Sanchez down in Indianapolis, allegedly, just so we don't get sued, allegedly assaulting a 69-year-old truck driver, I believe, and then
Yes.
Sanchez himself getting stabbed because in result of that. What the heck is going on there?
Yeah. So I heard this story on, like, when was it? Saturday. I think it happened, or probably like Friday night, early Saturday morning, or something like that. I was like, there, what? Mark Sanchez? What happened? He gets stabbed by a random thug or something when he was walking at night? No. From my understanding, again, all allegedly, all hearsay, but the dude was just absolutely shit canned in a hotel. Which, as someone that does like to get shit canned in hotels, I get it, makes sense. But he was upset that a the truck driver was parked either too close to the building or, like, in a spot that you couldn't park, which you're not an employee of the hotel, dude. It's not like Marriott or wherever you're staying is giving you,
Well,
like,
clearly,
they're not paying a salary.
Fox doesn't pay him good enough to be the color commentator on games, so he's got to do some parking police duties to make ends meet.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know why you'd ever put yourself in that kind of situation where you got to, like, Karen out and do something like that. Yeah, apparently he was pepper sprayed, and the dude was, like, 69 years old, and he was fearing for his life, which I would be if I just pepper sprayed somebody and it did nothing. So then I guess the next logical step would be to stab him. I mean, I'm glad that he's okay, but yeah, I don't know what else you do if you're that old and fearing for your life.
Yeah, just a wild story too, and how the news filtered out on that too. I mean, welcome to 2025. Everybody instantly jumps onto Mark Sanchez as the victim and Indianapolis is a terrible city. And then when the report comes out that actually Sanchez is the aggressor, and then it's this truck driver man that he's attacking, like, not that
Yeah.
any assault is ever good, but I mean, what are you doing? attacking a truck driver who's 69 years old, just doing his job. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those stories that does not seem real. But
No, and I didn't go to battle with the Twitter trolls talking shit on Indianapolis because I have been there a couple times with family living around that area, and it is a nice city. We'll say that. A little bit of homeless, but overall, not a bad place to be.
I'm also back. I did take a shit while you guys were talking about the MLB. You know.
Just riveting stuff.
Dude, I know. And then I come back to the Mark Sanchez discussion, and I love it. Yeah, what the fuck? Like, who gets... Why was he so drunk that he decided to attack his fucking driver? Like, what the fuck?
I was so hoping that you would be on pro Sanchez on this one, but...
No, when it first came out, like, what Brogan was saying, it was just like, you know, everybody kind of jumps onto his side, and then as the story gets released, you know, it's like, dude, what's going to happen to his career? Like, is anything going to happen?
Got it. Yeah, I mean,
Is he cooked?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he's facing like a felony charge.
True.
I feel like you're cooked if you're not Mark Sanchez, and then like being in his public space, being a Fox commentator, like I feel like you're extra cooked. Like you can't throw somebody like that out. I mean, it is the NFL though. I guess assault's not taken too seriously. So I know Fox is different than the NFL, but it's around the NFL. So maybe Sanchez will get off. I don't know. So yeah, just wild. I mean, the more that comes out there, the more wild that story becomes. You know, hopefully, I think that truck driver is going to be all right. I know he had some serious injuries, but hopefully he'll be back together here.
Hopefully he learned his lesson and not to park in that spot ever again.
All right, moving on from one wash quarterback to another, we had a big old trade in the NFL today.
Whoa.
Is he elite?
We had an interdivision trade. Joe Flacco going to the Bengals.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean, remember when you said Jake Browning was like the next GOAT?
No, I never said that. I said I'd rather have Jake Browning than Spencer Rattler, and I completely stand by that.
No. Rattler's better than Browning. Did Browning just throw for fucking 3 interceptions last game?
Yeah. How many passing yards has Spencer Rattler ever thrown for a career high? I guarantee you it's not over 250.
Hold up. I'm going to go confer with the stats department.
Shout out Shadur, though, from moving up on the depth chart to being number 2. So
yeah, hell yeah,
we're
dude.
one injury away from seeing Shadur Sanders on the NFL field.
It's going to take like a catastrophic injury. That organization hates him and won't trade him.
Whoa, Nick, can you unmute yourself? I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Nick?
It's still going. Shut up.
Nick, what's
okay?
Going on? Are you all right, buddy?
Rattler. Sorry, the stats department and I were conferring off camera. 243 yards is his highest.
So not quite that 250 mark.
Let's see who has more interceptions this year.
While you're at it, you might as well pull up Jake the Browning. Check him out. He's got maybe a 350 game in there.
Hold up, let me pull up Jake Browning's stats this year.
Rattler doesn't throw the ball enough to have interceptions.
Okay, let's he's thrown for 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions this year. Wow. So Browning and Rattler actually have the same amount of touchdown passes. Oh, Jake Browning threw for six touchdowns and 8 interceptions so far this year. On the other hand,
awesome.
Spencer Rattler threw for 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. Jake Browning has a rating of 70.5. Rattler has a rating of 90.4. So, yeah.
Browning. I stand by it.
So yeah, some pretty exciting stuff here. Does this change the outlook of the Bengals season?
I don't think so. I think
Depends if Flacco's playing against Green Bay.
Why are the Browns or the Bengals? Can Joe Burrow can't even come back this year, even if it's the playoffs? Can he?
I think
He's
so.
able to, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like the last 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah, it'd be
maybe.
like week 15, I think, that he'd be coming back.
Oh, I thought I saw a TikTok of like this doctor talking about like his grade 3 fucking
What you
turf
get for
toe.
trusting misinformation apps, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
That being said, check us out on TikTok.
it's true. It's true. Check us out on TikTok. What's our fucking handle on TikTok? It's probably Bets. Okay, the handle is at Bets Regrets.
Sweet.
So no
Check us
and.
out.
So no and.
Yep.
Thank
So you
you.
can check us out and get your NFL injury status on TikTok.
Yeah. That's Nick, everybody, the head of our social media department.
Yep.
You know it, baby.
All right. Any other news or thoughts for Week 5 or any other sports before we move on to the Week 6 spreads?
I don't think so. I think the only thing, though, is the, who was it? Oh, Amari and Hampton placed on IR for the Chargers. That hurts.
Yeah, that sucks. That really fucking
he was-
sucks.
I liked what I was seeing from that kid, too. He's showing a lot of promise, but something
Yeah.
tells me Harbaugh will be just fine.
One thing we didn't really bring up too much, I don't think. That's probably been brought up enough in the sports world, but the Tennessee Titans and Arizona Cardinals game.
Holy shit.
Dude,
Did anybody else watch that? Like I was watching it because I have Sunday Ticket.
I did not sit down and watch it, and
I
I'm
was
thinking,
watching it.
I'm so glad I didn't.
Contrary to
I was
you, I
watching
was so glad I was watching it. That was
Did you
unbelievable.
have money
Well, it's-
on the Titans?
So it's like it's good for the Titans, right? But the Cardinals played so fucking bad to allow the Titans to do what they just did. Like, come on, man. Like, come on,
No,
man.
I had the spread on the Titans in a parlay, and I was like, oh, sick. One leg's going to hit. The other leg's probably going to hit. All I need is the Bills to cover against the Patriots, which they did not. But that's neither here nor there because my first leg of the fucking parlay got blown up before either of the other games finished. And I thought, okay, who is it? DeMarcado has an open run to the end zone. Yeah, it'll be fine. Oh, he flicked it a little too early for the second week in a row in the NFL. That's happened. Yeah, okay, not a big deal. They're still up a decent amount. All right, that's fine. Oh, the Cam Ward threw an errant pass trying to force something. It got tipped and it landed right into the receivers, or not receivers, but cornerbacks' hands. Sick. This game's over. And to switch it to the channels. Oh, what did he do? He hit the ground. Nobody touched him, so it happened to be a fumble recovered in the end zone, even though I didn't know you could technically advance a fumble, but the defense switched to offense and then switched back to defense. So, okay. All right. Now we're in trouble. I don't love that. And then at that point, I was just hoping that the Titans would lose outright, or Titans would win outright, and they did because Cam Ward laid a fucking beautiful pass.
Yeah, that was nice.
That bomb that he threw. That was amazing.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
I saw the replay of it, and I was like, is this going to be a low light of Calvin Ridley just doing Calvin Ridley things and just dropping the ball? You know?
No,
Nope.
dude, Calvin Ridley's fucking. Where was this shit last year when Levis was tossing him the ball?
Levis could have led the league in passing if Ridley would have caught balls.
Dude, they had a decent receiving core last year.
Shut the fuck. Okay, let's go. We gotta advance.
Yeah, so obviously that game was just insane, that ending. And then, yeah, I mean, Cardinals coach just ripping DeMarcado one on the sideline, so he got fined for that. So
I think it was like 100K.
right, I mean, we're just soft society these days.
They have since settled off camera or something. They had a
Shouldn't
talk.
I mean,
Shouldn't
that's
the Cardinals fine DeMarcado for dropping the ball? Like, why are we protecting the player who?
I don't know if you can necessarily fine a player for fumbling, but I can do push-ups or some shit.
yeah, it's just like, come on, bro. It's the NFL. They're grown men. Like, come on. Hey, why is the NFL fining?
Oh,
That's so dumb.
quick score update. Yankees have now come back 5 and have tied it up 6-6
Let's go!
in the end of the 4th. God damn it.
Oh.
Let's go, Yanks.
All right. Well, let's move on to week 6, as long as everybody else is all right with that. Only
I
2
guess.
buys this week. So last week was the first week of buys. We had 4 teams on buys. Texans and the Vikings are the only teams that are on a buy this week. Starting it off on Thursday night, we have the Eagles heading to New York to take on the Giants. The Eagles are 7-point favorites. And I guess before we jump into week 6, I guess I totally neglected the results from week 5.
Yeah,
Week
we should
5,
just
like I
neglect
said,
them.
right. It's a tough one. Don't worry about them. Overall, Nick is still leading the pack here, being 45 and 33 with his spread picks. So still making money for everybody. That's anything better than that is outrageous when you're picking spreads. So that's a good number there. Sean and I are tied at 38 and 40, so just below 500. But I have a good feeling that after week 6 here, Sean and I will be above 500 and trying to chase down Nick.
Question. So going on
Yep.
to the spreads for this week, are we gonna go like you, since you won spreads last
No.
week? Are you leading the charge, or am I still leading the charge?
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, fuck it. I'll go first. I ain't scared, and I'm sick of hearing you go first on all of them. So I'll go first. And then yeah, you and Sean.
I'll go.
tied at
I'll go
5-9.
next. I'll go next
All right.
after.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you guys can fight for
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
good idea.
I'm doing a self-imposed punishment on myself. I got to be back in the cellar. I got to be hungry.
All right, so yeah, moving on to week 6. Philadelphia, the Eagles heading to the New York Giants. Philadelphia is 7-point road favorites. I am just gonna ride the birds here. I know they collapsed last week. The Giants also collapsed. Well, not collapsed, but kind of gave that game to New Orleans with all their turnovers. I think this is actually a prime push game. I know I've said that a few times on games that we haven't had a push yet. But I love Philadelphia here. It's a short week. I think Philadelphia gets angry and gets it done up at the MetLife. So I'll take the Eagles -7.
Yeah. Just I'm riding the Eagles too. No. Yeah. The Eagles are good. On to you, Sean.
All right. Yeah, I like what I saw from Dart last week, and I do like how he's kind of progressing as a quarterback. You could have made, like I said, you could have made the case that the Giants should have won that game last week with them turning the ball over 3 times in enemy territory. But yeah, I absolutely love the spot for the Eagles coming off a loss. If it goes much bigger than 7, I'd say Giants, but anything 7 and in, give me the birds.
So this is a little scary. I know we said we're going to neglect week 5, but week 5 we had 5 squad rides that all lost on the spreads. So week 5 was not good
Yeah.
for squad rides, and we are starting off
Yeah,
week
that
6
hurts.
hot with a squad ride.
That
One thing
hurts.
I do want to highlight is with the recency bias of last week's Thursday night game, very similar spread to this one. The only difference is, I guess, the home team was favored. But, these divisional games on Thursday nights always seem like they are just complete chaos. So I don't have the balls to go Giants, but I will say this is a game that everything's screaming Eagles. Just like last week, everything was screaming the Rams, and then the Niners went in there and won outright. So I feel
No,
like
the
this is
running backs for the Rams lost that game last week. That was ridiculous. Multiple drops, fumbles at the goal line. The
yeah.
Rams running back room absolutely lost that game. That was pathetic.
Struck a nerve
Sorry,
there.
I had to
Sean.
get that one's been bothering me all week. I've just been fucking pissed watching that game just to start the week. I was so mad.
I would
I don't
like
know
to
if I had
say.
money on that one. I was annoyed. It was bad football.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Yeah, we'll move on. We'll get off of Thursday night's game. since
Sorry, I had to
that's-
get that one out.
that's Sean. Another early Sunday morning game. We have so many games overseas this year. The Broncos, fresh off that comeback win against the Eagles, heading over across the pond to take on the Jets. Jets are technically the home team, but obviously this is over in London. The Broncos are favored by 7.5 points, so there's a hook on this one. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I hate the Jets offense with Justin Fields as their quarterback, and I guess I haven't seen anything that he would not be their quarterback over in London. So as long as Justin Fields is their quarterback, I know he can run the ball, but that's about it. And then Garrett Wilson always gets a garbage time touchdown, which is great for my fantasy team. But I am going to ride Denver. I think they had kind of a rough start to the year. I think they're figuring it out, and I don't know. I can't trust the Jets with Justin Fields as their quarterback.
Yeah, I'm also going to be riding Denver here. Both running backs, isn't Brees Hall and the Wisconsin guy? I'm blanking on his name.
Braylon Allen got hurt
Braylon
2 weeks ago.
Allen's
Yep.
And then Brees Hall's banged up.
So they're both not playing this week.
Braylon Allen might not be back for the whole season. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know about Brees Hall's injury status.
I would like to just point this out. Remember when everybody says that everybody said Aaron Rodgers was the problem with the Jets? That the Jets were such a good franchise and Aaron Rodgers was the sole issue? Dude, there was a lot of takes.
That.
There was they may not have believed it, but they said it. A lot of fucking talking pieces were just like Aaron Rodgers is washed. He's like, the Jets have such a talented team, but Rodgers is bringing them down. The Jets are fucking
the
horrible.
dude was coming off of an Achilles injury.
Yeah, I know. Sean, you're arguing with the wrong person here, buddy. All right? I think the Jets... I mean, okay, I won't even go on the fucking spiel because everybody knows the Jets are just a dog shit franchise and they'll continue to be dog shit. So, on to you, Sean.
All right. Yeah. So with this one, God damn it! After last week, watching the Jets, I think that they're the worst team in football.
Worse than the Titans?
Yeah. Check the win column, buddy. Damn, Ward got her win.
Okay.
Even if the Cardinals imploded, but I love this little nugget though that they were talking like, oh, no team since like the 40s has done this. Since turnovers were tracked in 1933, the Jets are the first team in NFL history without a single takeaway through 5 games of the season.
That's wild.
And Aaron Glenn is supposed to be a defensive guru, defensive genius from the Lions, who have never really had a great defense. I still don't understand this hire, but I mean, they're just not good.
And like, okay, how the fuck did the Jets like then push away Rodgers too? You know, like Glenn comes in and he was like, "Yeah, this future, fuck this guy."
Glenn, yeah, he wasn't in Aaron Glenn's plans, and the Jets just were married to Aaron Glenn right from the get-go. I don't get it, but yeah, no, they're just not a good football team. I mean, they're undisciplined, and I'll say this all the time: undisciplined and any stupid penalties, that's on coaching. That comes down to you got like the guys in making the decisions. Mm-hmm. Give me the fucking Broncos. I'm just gonna get upset talking about this.
0-5 last week. So far, we're gonna be fucking 2-0, baby. Trust it. They're on lock.
I see no problems.
Yeah, so love that.
This one's also gonna be a ride too. I can almost guarantee it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
you sure?
I don't know about that either.
Really?
So yeah, next game here that we got on the docket, the Arizona Cardinals, who we already talked about just blowing that game at home against Tennessee last week, heading to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Colts are home 6.5-point favorites. And yeah, give me the Colts. That's it.
Yeah. Same. I don't know why the spread is this close. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, so I was looking at the wrong game.
I was like, there's no way anybody's gonna go with the Cardinals after once you just called them the worst team in football.
No, I was hanging my hat for the majority of the season so far, saying, "Oh yeah, the Cardinals they lose to bad teams, or they beat bad teams, they lose to good teams. Cardinals can't even beat bad teams anymore. Give me the Colts.
Yeah, and the Colts have been dominating on
Oh my God.
offense. Like Daniel
Yeah.
Jones has been resurgent there.
MVP.
Jonathan
At
Taylor,
home.
yeah, Taylor's running over everybody. I don't know if the Cardinals can stop the Colts, and even not even stop, but like just slow them down. And I don't think the Cardinals' offense is going to be able to do much against the Colts' defense either. So,
Who's running the ball now? Because did DeMarcado get hurt?
no, he just got bitched at. It's Michael Carter is their kind of workhorse running back.
Oh, well then,
But
yeah, okay.
anyways, yeah. So look at that. We got we were 0 or well, not 0 and 5. We had 5 losses on squad rides last week. 2 wins with Detroit and Dallas. So we were 2 and 5 last week on squad rides, and we're coming out hot with 3 of them to start week 6.
The only one I'm not confident in is the fucking Eagles one. Just because it's a divisional game, short week for the Eagles. Other than that, the other two, Denver and Indy, oh yeah, give me the Horsies, bro. The Horsies are just gonna run it down this week.
Right, moving on to a another exciting game. The Cowboys head into Carolina to take on the Panthers. The Cowboys are road 3.5-point favorites. This one's tough for me because I've backed the Carolina Panthers a few times this week. Backed them last week when they had that miraculous comeback against the Finns.
Oh, glorious.
Ripped the Finns, and then I also backed them in week 3 when they shut out Atlanta at home. So I've been a Panther truther. I do kind of like what I've been seeing from Dallas lately. I guess it's not super exciting about beating the Jets in New York, but they did tie against the Packers. I guess what I'm trying to say is I think the Cowboys' offense looks decent. Their defense is their problem, and I don't know. I like the boys here on the road. I think the boys are kind of figuring out. Jerry's flipping off fans and saying it's accidental, even though it's clearly not accidental. So I wish
Doing old man
he
shit, he's just grabbing
I wish
people.
he had some more moxie when just admit to it that yeah, those Jets fans were just being fucking assholes. So I was gonna let them know when we were winning that motherfucker. But no, he said it was completely accidental. If you go on X and find that video, it was not. So anyways, I besides that, I love the Cowboys. So I'll take Dallas on the road, 3.5 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Dallas as well. I'm just following Broken at this point. Um, this is what I get for losing last week. Yeah, I don't know. Dallas has a good offense, even without CeeDee Lamb. They're going to be able to score, and I know the Dallas defense kind of is Swiss cheese, but I don't know. I thought Bryce Young was going to take a little bit bigger of a step this year than what he has, and he's been disappointing. I don't know how you guys feel about Bryce Young because we don't really talk about him. He's been very disappointing this year. Coming off of a heater last year, like the last couple games last year, I was like, oh shit, we might actually see, the first overall draft pick actually do something. Nah, bro is slightly better than Caleb Williams, but that ain't saying a lot. So, give me Dallas.
Rattler.
Yeah. Sean, are you gonna buck the trend here, or are we gonna have 4 squad rides to start off week 6?
Yeah,
Please tell me.
unfortunately not. Cowboys, yeah, I mean the Cowboys' offense has been pretty legit since Lamb left, and Panthers' defense isn't playing that good. I mean they just gave up a dickload of points to who are they playing? The Finns? Yeah,
Yep.
like you give up 20-some, high 20s to Tua, and this year, nah, that just ain't happening. I mean, they're essentially my new Cardinals. They might beat bad teams and they're gonna lose to good teams, which I guess Dallas is a good 2-win team through 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Sure.
Next game, divisional matchup,
This
AFC
one might
North.
be a little different.
Bring your fucking lunchbox, right? Because we got the Browns heading to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just had their bye week, so they're all refreshed. Rodgers is all full of ayahuasca in his bloodstream, or however that works.
Or Guinness.
Yep. And then yeah, Cleveland coming back from being over the pond. Pittsburgh is 5.5-point favorites at home. This is a game that honestly I go back and forth on because I do think Steelers coming off a bye, they're gonna have some time for self scout. They're gonna have some time to get things in order, and obviously the Browns coming back from London, I think is tough too. But this is an AFC North divisional game. I did kind of like what I saw to Dylan Gabriel. He didn't look crazy good, but he also didn't look bad for his first start. And honestly, they should have won that game against Minnesota, I think. So
I agree.
I might be on the wrong side of this, guessing how you're going to go, Nick. But I'm going to go Cleveland on the road, plus 5.5 points.
Wow, it sounds like we're gonna do a squad ride here too, baby. Because I'm going Pittsburgh. In my opinion, I'm just gonna throw this. Everything you just said, and Pittsburgh's at home. I think Aaron Rodgers will be better than Dylan Gabriel. Hot take, but I think Rodgers will outperform him, and the Steelers will just find a way to get it done and to cover that 5.5 points.
Breaking news: Jazz Chisholm just hit a solo home run, so the Yankees are up 7-6 right now.
Jeez.
All right, Sean, who are you going with here, Cleveland or Pittsburgh?
So I mean, I'm just really gonna be second guessing my pick for whatever I do here, but give me the Browns. That's all I got.
Bum.
Well, yeah, so for me, like I kind of laid out already, this is one of those games that screams like it should be Pittsburgh as the pick.
Yeah,
But
I think Pittsburgh wins, but I think it's maybe a field goal game.
I could ride with that,
I don't know. I just
I think
don't
the
see.
Vikings
I
defense
think
is better than the Steelers, and Gabriel looked decent at times. So.
yeah, but the Steelers are gonna have a full week of scouting Gabriel and being able to go into the game, being like, okay, what did he do? What did he fuck up on last week?
You got Flacco out of the locker room. The confidence boost that this guy's going to get from the organization saying, "You're our guy."
Why
We
isn't
refuse to
Shador
play
Sanders? Why
You're
I'm calling
our
around.
guy.
No, it's
We as an
Shador.
organization hate Shador, even though we drafted him. You're the guy. And trade him. Free Shador. Can trade him to the Vikings. Him and Quinn Ewers on the same team, a quarterback room. That'd be
Oh
awesome.
yeah. All right, moving on from one awesome situation to another. Chargers heading to Miami.
Peak
Like I
is
said,
it? Tua.
Dolphins just gave up that game against Carolina, and then the Chargers just kind of got beat down at home against the Commanders. So yeah, both these teams obviously coming off of a tough week. Miami's just been a tough season, full of tough weeks. No surprise here.
Miami.
Maybe I am definitely going Chargers. I know the Omarion Hampton injury is pretty substantial because he was looking really good for them. But as long as they have Justin Herbert and he has at least one receiver, I think he can get it done against the Dolphins. Dolphins are just poverty. I've said it multiple times on this podcast already. I like Mike McDaniels as a human, but I am sick of his shtick when he's losing every week. So I will take the Chargers minus 4.5 on the road.
Yeah, I'm also riding with Chargers. I follow those like low light accounts on TikTok, and they do like top 5 worst throws of the week. Every single week, they just highlight Tua. And it's just Tua missing people left and right. He got the yips. I don't know what the fuck happened to my guy. Like, he's fucking terrible. Like, my high school quarterback could have done better than him, or could do better than him. All right, just got to throw some pads on him,
Yeah.
And I'm sure he could probably outperform Tua.
From what I've heard, that guy could spin the rock.
Yeah, I don't know. Tua just looks fucking horrible, and that's it. It's Herbert. Herbert's good. Don't overthink it.
Yeah. My only thought was maybe you get a little backdoor action by Tua late. Otherwise, I think, the Bulls put an end to this failure of a season by the Dolphins. I'd say that they're the worst team in the AFC, but the Jets still are in the AFC.
Well, yeah, and the thing that
So-
scares me about the Chargers is they started off hot. They had 3 divisional wins to start off the year, and then
Yeah.
they just laid an egg against the Giants on the road and then at home against Washington. So I don't know, it's kind of weird just to see how the Chargers season has gone so far. Like, beat the Chiefs week 1, beat the Raiders, beat the Broncos, and then you can't beat the Giants and the Commanders when it's Daniel's first game back from injury. Like, I don't
Dude,
know.
that
It's
NFC
just,
East is dangerous.
yeah, just a gauntlet, I guess. So,
Dude,
McDaniels
just-
also might be gone after this week, finally.
That's just how it feels like, bro. Like every single Chargers season, it just feels like they beat some good teams and then all of a sudden they'll just go fucking cold. You know, I don't know. It's just the Chargers just don't feel real ever. You know, they never have like a staple game where they're like, yeah, we just shit down this team's fucking throat. Like, we're coming for you next. It just feels like the Chargers like, yeah, you know, we'll win games, but we're going to lose them when we should win them. You know, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. They frustrate me.
moving on to another frustrating team, well, not the Rams, but the Rams heading to Baltimore. Baltimore being that frustrating team. The Rams are 7.5-point road favorites, which is justified after what the Texans did going into Baltimore last week. Ravens have just been a disappointment this year. I know we talked at the beginning about how they've been bit by the injury bug, but the Ravens were a lot of people's preseason Super Bowl pick. And who would have thought they'd be 1-4 headed into Week 6? Pretty crazy to think about.
Has a team ever made the playoffs going 1-4? Stats department will find this out.
Probably. And say you're
Yeah.
still going crazy on that typewriter.
So I think the expectation is Lamar Jackson will be out this week too. He was obviously out last week. I don't think I think at least as of Tuesday of this week, he's still planned on being out for Week 6.
Yeah, I mean, hammies linger. It ain't great.
So
I-
only 16 teams since the merger in 1970 have made the playoffs after starting 1-4. And that was the last
If you
year.
look at that schedule, though, it is favored. Like we could go down the schedule and we could at least get to 9 wins.
I don't know. They're so banged up, man. Like that's.
If
So
if
for
they
this
get
week,
healthy, give them a loss here. I'll tell you the schedule after.
yeah. So this is one of those games where I'm just gonna buck what I mean. Everybody's got to be thinking Rams here. Right now the line's 7.5, so getting that hook helps. I'm gonna go Baltimore at home.
Don't overthink it, Brogan. They played so fucking bad last week.
Right. So that's the thing is like back-to-back weeks at home. They got absolutely embarrassed by the Texans last week. I don't expect Baltimore to win, but anytime, I mean, I know the Ravens are banged up, but 7.5 points for a road favorite. I mean, that's just kind of insane.
I'm
gonna-
fuck, dude.
I'm gonna go Baltimore. You guys can both pick the Rams, but I think this is a game where Harbaugh has to find a way to keep this thing close, and I don't think that they win, but I think it's going to be a more competitive game than we saw last week.
And here's my argument. I don't like CJ Stroud. I've been a hater of CJ Stroud ever since they started comparing him to my Pookie Bear, Jordan Love. Jordan Love's obviously better. I think everybody on this planet can agree that Jordan Love eclipses CJ Stroud with ease. And I would also argue that Matthew Stafford is a better QB than CJ Stroud. And I think the Rams are just all around more of a well-rounded team than the Texans. And, you know, John Harbaugh may be a good coach. I don't think he can fucking make magic happen. All right, he's not my fairy godmother. I think the Rams are going to go in there and just fist fuck them. Just going to fist fuck Baltimore, bro.
That's fair. Maybe a lock there? Question mark.
Uh,
We can see. Sean.
So, without this game, take it as hell, you can say it's a tie, whatever. So the Rams are, or not the Rams, the Ravens are still at 1 win. Just how many wins do you think they get off this schedule? Home against the Bears, at the Dolphins, at the Vikings, at the Browns, or home against the Jets, home against the Burrowless Bengals, home against the Steelers, at the Bengals with probably Burrow, home against the Patriots, at the Packers, home against the Steelers. I got like 8, maybe 9 wins there. I think that they still have plenty of life in them if Lamar returns next week. I'm not seeing them getting it done though. This week, I think that the Rams. I think the Rams win. I don't know by what margin. It could be 10. Which if it's 10, I don't. Obviously, they would cover, but I don't like it being that close of a margin. I'd usually prefer it to be a lot more. But give me the Rams here.
Love it. Squares.
Yeah, I don't like
Moving on
one
to
chalk
the
all
next
the
game.
time.
Patriots shocked the nation, I think, beating the Bills in Buffalo. And they're heading down to New Orleans to take on the Saints after the Saints get their first win. Spencer Rattler gets his first win. I think I saw a stat that it's like the first quarterback drafted by the Saints to win the game for the Saints since like 1998 or 1997 or something. Just a ridiculous stat.
You see, Rattler's the GOAT of the Saints
Um,
franchise.
Yeah, as
Yep.
of right now, it's 3.5 point line. The Patriots are road 3.5 point favorites, and I've liked the Patriots. I've backed them the last few weeks. I even backed them last week against Buffalo. Obviously, that was the spread, but I like what Vrabel's doing up there. Um, there's the Saints beat the Giants, obviously, but I think the Giants kind of self-inflicted themselves pretty hard. So
100%.
I'll take the Patriots -3.5.
The Patriots are sneaky good. They're just genuinely sneaky good. I like Drake May.
But your boy.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah, Spencer
The,
Rattler. Dog,
okay,
at home.
I'm
At home.
I'm
Half
not
quarterback in the
glazing. I'm
NFL,
saying
right above
Rattler.
CJ Stroud.
Rattler will always find Rattler's good enough to be a dog shit starter, if that makes any sense. Like he's going to be a bottom tier starter, but he's good enough to maybe win you a game or two when he's on a good team.
This could be number 2.
How many
No,
spots do you have him above CJ Stroud?
no, I genuinely no. CJ Stroud is obviously not a bad quarterback. CJ Stroud's probably at like 13, 14.
Oh, so you got Rattler all the way up at 11, huh? Damn, dude, you're brave.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably. Well, Rattler's just above Jackson Dart. Wherever Dart's at, Rattler's one spot in front of him.
Yep. Same number of wins, just fewer starts. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, but that's it. That's all I got. The Pats are secretly a solid team. They're going to be like that team that kind of like you test teams against, like are they real contenders, like oh, when it gets to playoff time, like you're good, but can you beat the Patriots like how the Seahawks were last year? That the Seahawks were a solid team, and if you beat them, that means you were a good fucking team. If you lost them, that means that you're an okay team, And I feel like the Patriots are going to be that team this year. They're going to be good enough, but they're not going to be great.
Yeah, Sean, how do you feel about this one?
Yeah, both teams coming off wins. I don't know which one is bigger for the team. Obviously, get the monkey off your back right away with Rattler's first NFL victory, or Drake May's probably first. Is that his first win against Buffalo? I would assume,
Assume
right?
it has to be, right?
You got to think. Yeah, so like both teams coming off pretty big wins. I just think Patriots, I guess, might be all right after all. Who knew? I thought Drake May was gonna not be that great, but might be all right. So give me the Patriots here. This is just
Another
continues to
squad
be,
ride.
yeah, don't love it. What can go
Well,
wrong though?
I don't think we'll have a squad ride in this next game because this is spread wise at least the closest game of the week. It's basically a pick 'em. Seattle Seahawks coming off that heartbreaker to Tampa Bay. That was a heck of a shootout in Week 5.
That was awesome.
Heading down to Duval to take on the 4-1 Jacksonville Jaguars, led by Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence. Jacksonville is home 1.5 point favorites. I'm excited to watch this one. Obviously, I think it's obviously one of the better games of the week. And yeah, I don't have a whole lot of analysis for this besides I am going to take the Seahawks on the road.
Yeah, I really, really like the Seahawks on the road. For some reason, they just do better. Um, and
Yeah,
I don't know.
2-0 on the road so far this year and 1-2 at home.
And then last year's record, like they just won more games on the road than they did at home, which is just kind of crazy. So I like the Seahawks on the road. I don't know. The Jags are good. The Jags are good. I don't really have a whole lot to say about them. That Chiefs game was kind of crazy. The Jags are good enough.
Yeah, I wasn't watching the Chiefs Jags game as much as I should have been because we had the Crew NLDS game too against the Cubbies, and I wish I would have watched a little bit more of it if that playoff baseball game wasn't as awesome and people were just hitting nukes. Anyway, like yeah, the Seahawks have been playing better away from home this year, but I don't think it matters. Give me the Jags. I am. I have fully. I went away from them last week. I'm fully bought into whatever Liam Cullen's doing in that culture down in Jacksonville.
Jagging off, buddy.
Love
That's
it.
fair.
Get the baby oil.
Did
Talking about
Ryan
big
teach you
bowl.
that one? I need to know. Did Ryan teach you jagging off, or where the fuck did you hear that from?
No, I heard it from the internet.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Absolutely love it.
Talking about baby oil, there was some baby oil on the football in Arizona because that's how the Titans ended up getting a win since Arizona was just throwing the ball around, kicking it around, whatever.
No, I think
Titans,
they're just a bad football team.
Beautiful transition.
Titans.
But yes, professional.
Thank you. That's why I do. I don't know.
So you get paid
Anyways.
nothing.
Right. Thanks for cutting me off and ruining it. Titans heading to Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Raiders are home 4.5 point favorites. I think that the Titans get a little bit of momentum from that win last week. You know, like you were talking about Sean getting the monkey off the back. Cam Ward gets his first NFL victory. Geno Smith has looked terrible this year. Man, I mean, everything here is just kind of garbage. And when garbage meets garbage, go with the home team. I'm going to go with the Raiders.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at 6-9, 6 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. Ugh, that's putrid.
Dude, it's so bad.
Dude, that's CJ Stroud-esque. Hold up, I need to see CJ Stroud. Sean, answer this one while I'm hating on people. Oh fuck, Stroud's 8-3 on touchdowns and interceptions. Fuck.
I was really hoping that you were going to go first. I still don't know what I'm going to do here. I'll probably talk myself into it one way or the other. I was just looking up the status of Brock Bowers. He's week to week, so the Raiders probably, I'm just operating under the assumption that if Bowers is playing, how much do we think he's worth? Maybe a point, maybe half a point, point and a half, somewhere around there. So if Bowers is playing, I think this line does go up. I don't know. I love Ashton Jeanty since he has gone back to his Michael Myers stance, which I first off, fuck Chip Kelly for trying to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed. Anybody else, Brogan? You know what I'm talking about here?
I do. Yeah, they didn't want him to be using that. And then now he's using it again. Yep.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and it's just an absolute power trip by Chip Kelly. Fuck that racist prick. Absolute fucking. Like, it ain't college, dude. You're not going to just be able to bully children.
They should
These
get
are
the
professional athletes. Come on.
they should get the racist out of there and get John Gruden in.
Dude, fucking bring back John Gruden. John Gruden rules. I don't give a fuck. I love John Gruden. Okay, give me the Raiders.
Oh yeah. All right, Nick, you're on your hating trip. You want to continue with that, or do you
Dude,
want to take the game?
it's wild that my sheet says that should do a squad ride on the Raiders.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
wild. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stray from my sheet because it's never wrong, baby. This one's a pick me. I don't know.
Pick 'em.
Yeah, pick 'em. My bad. I said it backwards. Yeah, just give me the fucking Raiders, dude. I don't know. This one might give me syphilis. This thing might be the thing that actually does me in and breaks my streak.
Do I have
and
one separate pick from you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, your jagging off pick.
Wait,
Yeah, that's it, huh? Okay.
do we all, dude, guys, we all have one pick, like, that's separate from the group. That's hilarious.
Yep. A whole lot of parity this week.
That's where we get separation.
Right. Moving on to a game that I know we're all excited for, but probably nobody besides the Packer fans excited for. The Bengals, with their new quarterback, Joe Flacco, I assume will be starting. Heading to Green Bay after Green Bay's bye week. Green Bay is favored by, is that right? 14 points. Holy crap. Biggest spread of the week. Only spread that's in double digits, and it's 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Just on principle, Flacco beat us once already this year. He's got our number. And 14 points is a lot, so I'm going to go Cincinnati also just to cover my butt, so that way, in case if it is a close game, I'm at least happy I got this right. So, yeah, give me the Bengals. Plus 14.
This one's tough. This one's really tough.
Pick the
I
Packers.
think
Tell us why you're going to pick the Packers.
I think the Packers are going to do it, and here's why. Matt LaFleur has heard the fucking Matt. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. Matt LaFleur is too fucking conservative. That's my one little stipulation with this game. Matt LaFleur is too fucking conservative, and he lets teams hang around in games, and he just can't coach well second half football for some fucking reason. I don't know why. Second half football, he gets outcoached every single fucking week. The Bengals don't have a better coach than Matt LaFleur. I don't give a shit if Matt LaFleur is a mediocre fucking adjustments guy. But who's in fucking Cincinnati again? He's a fucking. I feel like he's limp wristed. He's so limp
Taylor?
wristed. Thank
Zach
you.
Taylor. Yeah.
Thank you. Zach Taylor's limp wristed. All right. And he's not going to be able to outcoach Matt LaFleur. And Matt LaFleur's heard the fucking music all this week being like, dude, what the fuck? Like, the Packers are supposed to be Super Bowl fucking contenders. We're supposed to be juggernauts. What's happening? Bad play calling. I wouldn't be surprised if we put up fucking like 37 on these guys. Not like, it's going to be like a 37 to like fucking 17 game. The Packers are going to beat them by like 20. Because Matt LaFleur wants to keep his job, he wants to keep his play calling, and the Bengals have a fucking shit offensive line, and the Green Bay has a fucking great pass rush. So, mark me down for Green Bay. I feel kind of good about it somehow, for some reason. I don't
Were
know.
you
why.
doing mental gymnastics to make sure that the Packers covered the spread?
Yeah.
And you were given a
Yeah.
exact
It
score?
sounded like it. Yeah, it sounded like it.
Yeah, I
You
had
got
to.
there. You got there.
I got there. You guys heard my entire reasoning, and sticking with it.
Yeah. So I think the Packers are going to win, but starting out essentially just 2 touchdowns down is way too big of a spread. It's one of the biggest spreads of the year, and
Second
we
largest.
are not the team to cover spreads in general.
Dude, I wouldn't be
That
surprised
are
by the end of
over
the
a
first
touchdown.
quarter if it's 17-0. I'm not even joking.
That's awesome. But all you need is a field goal and you're pushing.
Nah.
There's no fucking way. Jamar Chase is the best receiver that this Green Bay Packers secondary is going to go against, at least in the first half of the season. And like that's one of my biggest concerns of this defense is if pass rush doesn't get home right away, our corners are fucking not good. I don't give a shit if Keyshawn Nixon's posting God knows what, Xing out receivers because Micah Parsons is getting into the backfield so fast. All it takes is a couple plays. I mean, you saw it last week against Detroit, who is now firing on all cylinders and is probably currently better than the Packers team. We'll see what happens from now to Thanksgiving. But they didn't even cover 14 against Detroit. Or Detroit didn't even cover 14 against the Bengals. Like, no, give me the Packers. Or give me, Jesus Christ, give me the Bengals plus 14.
Whoa, was that
No.
Freudian slip?
No.
Uh-huh.
Jesus
All right.
Christ, no. It's a couple shots and beer or two.
Hitting you? Yeah, I feel that.
A little bit.
Moving on to another very exciting game. Battle of 4-1 teams. San Francisco 49ers heading down to Tampa Bay. Take on the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are home 3-point favorites. I'm excited for this game, being a Baker fan. I love watching Baker play. However, I think I'm going to take the 49ers +3 here. And my reasoning is every game so far for the Buccaneers, this +3 line for their opponent would either be a push or a win. It would be 3-0-2 for the Buccaneers' opponent being +3. The one thing the Bucs do is they do not blow out teams this year, and they keep it close. So, given that fact, I will take the 49ers +3. Very excited to watch the game, though. And one last caveat, too. It's a 3:25 start, so it's I guess, always concerned about West Coast teams having to travel east. It's long travel, but right, at least it's an afternoon game for the West Coast team. It's not a noon start.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like the
5 o'clock
Niners
game, not bad.
+3.
The stats department has just gotten back to me. I have taken Tampa Bay every single week to cover the spread. And this week ain't changing, baby. All right? Tampa Bay doesn't blow anybody out, but I don't know, dude. We're just going to ride or die with Tampa Bay here. All right? I just feel like they could. Just for some reason, like, they're not going to beat the fucking Niners by 10. By 7, though? By 4? Definitely, So, give me Tampa Bay. They're 3-2 on the spread, by the way.
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, if all of their opponents had this same, if you had the same spread in all of the Buccaneers games, which I get doesn't happen, but like the opponent against the Buccaneers has always been within 3 points. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get this line hasn't been the line every week, but they have 2 wins by 2 or less points, 2 wins by 3 points, which would be the pushes, and then they have a loss. So if every week their line was -3, their opponents would be 3-0-2. You get what I'm saying? No, not enough. Too much mental.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. I was tracking the entire time, buddy.
Oh, okay.
No, I know.
Sounded like you were questioning my reasoning.
No. I mean, I wasn't, but I don't think I was.
All right, Sean, we're gonna move it on to you.
Yeah. Very, very similar to what you said. Like, I hate that it's a field goal game and not like a 1, 1.5, 2, hell, even a 2.5. But if 3 is going to be a push, that's so be it. I think give me the Bucks here. I think Ibuka keeps it going, and 49ers still banged up. Give me the Bucks.
All right, moving on to potentially game of the week. Sunday night game in Kansas City. The Detroit Lions heading there, taking on the Chiefs. Even though the Chiefs lost to Jacksonville last week, they are 2.5-point home favorites against the Lions. honestly, I'm kind of shocked to see that line because the Chiefs have been home dogs, I think, twice this season already. Once for sure, but I think twice. So, anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna go Detroit here to get it done. I think the Lions obviously struggled in week 1 against the Packers, but since then they've kind of seemed like the same old Lions. So Kansas City struggled last week. Honestly, I haven't seen a ton from Kansas City to be excited about personally, so I'm just gonna ride the hot hand. Dan Campbell will have the boys buzzing for this one, and I'll take Detroit plus 2.5.
Yeah, I'm also quite surprised it's this close. I mean, I know Kansas City has Patrick Mahomes. I get that. But holy fuck, dude. Detroit's just so good. Watching them every week just slap their nuts on team's face and put up. Have they put up less than 30 since the Packers? I don't think so. I don't know, but I really don't believe so.
Fuckload of points.
Yeah, they're just scoring in week and week out. I think they're going to continue to do that, and the Chiefs are great, right? Like nobody can knock on the. Well, you can knock on the Chiefs, but like obviously the Chiefs are just a fucking great team. But the Lions, bro, I don't know. They're just slapping nuts on foreheads, you know. So give me them, and I'll let you know with that stat.
Squad ride, Sean?
Yeah, yeah, it'll be another squad ride. Chiefs are going in on a short week against a Lions team that's just they're white hot right now, dude. It's crazy. Like watching their offense click is poetry in motion. It's awesome.
Right, moving on to the first Monday night game, because this is another one of those weeks where we have 2 Monday night games because
Because fuck
the
you,
NFL
that's
is
why.
greedy. Right. I mean, anyways, yeah. Personal pet peeve of mine. I hate having multiple Monday night games, but nonetheless, I don't get to make those decisions. Buffalo, off of that heartbreaker at home against the Patriots, heading down to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Buffalo is road 4.5 point favorites. Atlanta's coming off their bye week, so they've had some time to prepare here. And then obviously Buffalo with that Sunday night game loss against the Patriots. How fast can they bounce back? Atlanta didn't really look too impressive before their bye, so hopefully they turned around in their bye. But I am going to take the Bills here in a bounce back game.
Yeah, I also have the Bills written down. If they started Kirk Cousins, I'd be all over Atlanta. But, unfortunately, they have to start the worst QB out there, even though Kirk Cousins is a very proven and very elite talent in the league. He's just not getting the love he deserves. So give me Buffalo until they start Kirk again. Also, the Lions have
I think
put up 30 points every week since week 1.
yeah, I'm loving that pick even more. I think the Bills are going to come in with a heightened sense of focus this week to practice. I think that loss against a divisional foe is a wake-up call. On to Atlanta, doesn't matter. 4.5, 45.5, doesn't matter. Give me the Bills.
Another squad ride. Week 6
I
is the
know.
week of squad rides, which is great for how well those went in week 5.
Yeah, what can go wrong?
One last game to have one last squad ride. Chicago Bears also coming off of their bye, heading to Washington to take on the Commanders after their outstanding win in LA against the Chargers. Washington's home 4.5 point favorites, so both lines are 4.5. Just flipped on home and away favorites for Monday night. This one's a little tough for me, not gonna lie. Recency bias. Love what I saw with Washington last week, going to the West Coast and getting that win. But the Bears having their bye week, obviously winning a couple games before the bye week, and then having the bye week, the Bears come out firing here. Um, I don't know. This one's actually really tough for me. It might be the toughest game of the week. I think I like the Bears. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go Bears plus 4.5.
Yeah, I don't know. The Commanders impressed me. Daniels is going to be back probably.
Back last week, wasn't
I swear to
He was
God,
back last week.
was he?
he? Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my fuck,
So I'm
You
pretty
even
sure he's gonna
watch
be
these
back.
games?
dude.
Yeah,
No,
pretty
I
sure he'll be back
don't.
this week.
I don't watch any of these games. Holy fuck. Apparently not. I don't know ball. Um, yeah. Give me the Commanders. Yeah. I don't know.
That it? It's a deep sigh.
Yeah, Crying Caleb is a fucking bottom feeder in the league. He's the 34th best quarterback in the league. He's dog shit.
Okay.
All right, Sean.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I can only hope to have as good it takes as that. Um, but yeah, the Bears were pretty hot going into the bye, so I'm hopeful that they're going to cool off, and this week and a half off or whatever has been beneficial to everybody but them. Sure, they might have got healthy, but they really weren't too banged up to begin with. So give me the Commanders here. I don't love that it's 4.5. I'd really love it if it was closer to 2.5 or 3, but I think just another week healthy with Daniels. Look for Caleb Williams to run a fuckload. But other than that, give me the commies. Give me the Commanders.
Nice. All right. Well, that's week 6 spreads. Any last minute thoughts before we move on to eaters?
Yeah.
You're a fool for going with Chicago.
I know. I just felt like I had to do it, so that way we didn't have another squad ride. That
Oh, we
I mean,
round out at an even 10 squad rides. It'd be great.
yeah,
What's
ridiculous.
better than that?
Yeah, that's wild.
All right. Well, we're moving on to a segment that we call heaters that have been ice cold. Still trying to hit our first one. Nick had a decent one last week that had 2 legs hit, but he also had 2 Bowers legs in it. So, not marking that as a loss, obviously, but can't really count it as a heater win when half the legs are
Bowers would have
missing.
hit it, man. He would have hit it.
And Sean technically still has his Tigers AL pennant ticket alive, although I'm
Not
sure
for long.
you can get that at much better odds than plus 450 right now. So
Yeah,
if you
damn.
believe, you can get it at better odds.
I don't.
I only have one play this week for heaters, and it's one across the pond in the Broncos Jets game. I have Troy Franklin anytime touchdown. Seems like he's kind of carved out a role in that offense. I don't know. I think Sauce Gardner will be on Cortland Sutton for a decent amount of that game, freeing up Troy Franklin. And yeah, it's plus 240, so I think there's some value there. And that's what I'm going with is Troy Franklin anytime touchdown. Nick or Sean, either of you guys have heaters for this week?
I have a nice 3-legger for everybody.
Love it.
Um,
Love it.
I'm
Brock
going.
Bowers receptions anytime and yards.
Wow, that actually right out of my mouth. So we're going with Garrett Wilson anytime tud. Right, if you like touchdowns, baby, this is it. Mbuka anytime tud. Fuck is Tampa Bay on here? I'm trying to build it while saying it. Those two, and then the last one we are going with a good old spread. Let me find which one I had highlighted. And we are going with the Denver spread. Nah, I lied. Sorry, the Colts spread. The Colts spread. Fuck.
Jeez.
The Colts spread. My apologies.
This guy's all over the place.
I know. He doesn't know what he's doing.
All right, Colts minus 6.5.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Sweet.
I can't build the full parlay, but anticipate it being, I don't know, decent. Hold on. You just go.
Spicy.
Somebody else go. Somebody else take it.
All right, Sean, do you have a heater this
All
week?
right. I'll fuck around and just have some fun in this Thursday night one. I got Jahan Dotson first touchdown of the game at 30-1.
Love that.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That would be great to get heaters going.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm looking. There's a lot of red in this spreadsheet.
Yeah, heaters have been cold. There has not been any heat to them. But
Ouch.
all it takes is one good week.
My parlay, I'm going to guesstimate it's going to be around 1,300.
13-1, love that. It's a good value. All right, any other heaters?
No, let's move on.
All right, yeah, let's get away from that segment. So yeah, Sean, you were the winner of the weekly locks last week. So do you want to go ahead and get your locks in for this week as well?
Sure, I'd be happy to. All right, so we are going to stay on Thursday night football with a couple props right off the bat. So already gave out his first touchdown of the game at 30-1. We're going to go Jahan Dotson over 7.5 receiving yards. He's hit this, you could say, sporadically throughout the NFL season so far.
That's one catch, though.
Not great. Exactly. It's one slant. And I think where he's out of what he's working with, I believe he comes out of the slot. The slot receiver for the Giants, or slot corner for the Giants, not that great. So ideally, Jahan Dotson gets 8 before the first, and we don't even have to worry about it. He does usually get a couple targets a game, so just needs one. Next one, Jackson Dart over 37.5 rushing yards. I think he's gonna do some fun shit this game. I think it's gonna be fun. He's gonna be looking to extend some plays, ideally with his legs. So, and that Eagles defensive front's going to be getting after him, so he's going to have to make something out of nothing. I do think the Eagles get up in this game, so he's going to have to move out of the pocket and hopefully scramble for a couple. Next one, Colts minus 6.5. So, yeah, I mean, not a whole lot to say. Were they playing the Cardinals, right?
Oh yeah.
Cardinals, not a good team. It should be fucking. Just like fucking 30. Next one, we got Rams minus 7.5. I think the Rams just beat up on a still battered and bruised Ravens team. And then we'll say last one, Jags minus 1.5. Not much to say. I just go Jags this season, I guess. As a season win total over and ladder owner. Let's go Jags.
Heck yeah. All right.
What are you cooking up there, Nick?
You want me to go?
If you want to, I mean.
Why not? I'll just fucking.
I hear you typing away.
I know. We're gonna go another Mbuka TD. All right, live and die by Mbuka TD. Then the next one, we're gonna go with a Jalen Warren anytime. I really like the Colts spread. Big fan of that. And a little nugget. I think this one's a very solid one. Matthew Stafford, longest pass over 37.5 yards. I could easily see that happening at any point in the fucking game with how banged up the Ravens secondary is. I did not realize. Now looking at it, I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, hammer that. That's at minus 115 right now, so I don't know. And then
Tutu Atwell, longest reception of the game.
Dude, I wouldn't bet on any single Ram to have like a ridiculously long reception. It's just one of them is, you know. And then lastly, I really like that Dallas spread. I really like that. I don't think the Panthers really put up a whole lot of a fight against Dallas.
Sweet. All right. For me, I got burned on my college play last week. My college play this week is Texas money line. Red Rivers this week, so Texas is playing Oklahoma. Oklahoma's quarterback has been injured. I saw reports that he wants to play in this game. Not sure if he'll be able to make it back or not. Arch Manning struggled this year. No ifs, ands, or buts around it. Texas team has struggled this year. A couple losses already, but Oklahoma doesn't impress me too much. And I mean, I believe in Sark to get this thing turned around, so I'll take Texas money line there. Next one, I'm going to go Green Bay and Cincinnati under 44.5 for that total. Flacco beat us this year in a 13-10 game. I could see this being disgustingly low scoring again. I mean, if Flacco puts up 14 points, which is a big if, that's gives the Packers 30 points to work with. And Nick said earlier that he thinks this is the week that Matt LaFleur finally decides to step on an opponent's throat. And I would love to see that, but I won't believe in it until it actually happens. So I'm taking the under 44.5. I think that's a lot of points for that game. I'm gonna go Detroit money line at plus 114 currently because I think that is a pretty wild. I think Detroit should be favored in that personally. So yeah, I'll take Detroit money line. I'm gonna go Buffalo minus 4.5 on the road on Monday night. Really like Buffalo to get it done. And for the last one, I've been trying to peruse around and get an anytime touchdown that I like. Um, don't really have a ton that I see. I mean, I like the Abuka one, but he's on my fantasy team, so I'm always scared to double up on that. I guess what I will go with, I'll go back to that Detroit game, and I will lock a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
Yeah,
So,
that's almost guaranteed. Him
and
and
I think it's
St. Brown.
right. It's minus 130 for a Gibbs touchdown right now. So I think our line for locks was minus 150 or less. So don't love that being minus 130, but I mean, free money's free money, right? So I guess I love the Gibbs touchdown. I don't love the line of being minus 130, but it's a lock. It's going to hit. All right, let's move on to the parlay of the week. This has been just devastated. Two legs hitting every single week besides week 2. And last week, again, hitting 2 legs. The third leg was a no bet because of Bowers being out. So
Sad.
technically, you could consider that a win.
He would have hit it. He
Um,
would have hit it and made you guys fucking billions.
Yeah, right.
you know, I guess, do you guys want me to go first for this one since I went last for the locks?
Go
Or
for it.
Sure.
all right. Um, I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to double up on one of my locks or if I want to go with a new one. And I think I'll risk it for the biscuit here. We've loved Indianapolis minus 6.5. Both of you guys love that. I love it as well, so I will take that in the parlay of the week. So does that mean that I should come up with another leg since you guys both picked it already too?
No.
Okay.
No. If all three of us locked it, then we would have to put in the parlay of the week. But you didn't lock it
Alright.
like in your normal locks.
Right. So yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna be an absolute square and take a pick that you guys both already did, but Indianapolis minus 6.5. I don't want to
Yeah.
be the reason the parlay doesn't hit.
yeah, and don't worry, I will
Right,
be.
The
I'll,
Cardinals come to play.
we're gonna go with T.J. Hawkinson anytime. Give it to me. Give me a Hawkinstein.
Cool. My last one is going to be Detroit plus 2.5.
God damn it.
I mean,
We have so much riding
It's
on the
gonna be,
Detroit game. We have so much riding on that Detroit game.
Uh, um, Timeout. Hawkinson anytime touchdown.
Yeah. Is TJ dead?
He's on the Vikings, isn't he?
Fuck, I meant Laporta. Fuck. Laporta. Sam Laporta.
I
There
thought
we go.
you were just being an ass. for
No.
thinking another player that could not.
No, I think me not eating and taking these shots kind of fucked me up a little bit.
I thought you were just gonna be a prick and find another bet that is impossible to hit.
No,
Not even placeable.
no, yeah, no. I've lost brain cells.
All right, Laporta anytime touchdown.
There we go.
Sweet. Sean, I'm sorry. I was so just bewildered by that Hawkinson touchdown. What was your pick again? I know it was Lions related. But
you're good. Yeah, Lions plus 2.5.
sweet. All right, so yeah, there we go. Parlay of the week: Lions plus 2.5. Sam Laporta anytime touchdown, and then the Colts minus 6.5. We don't have a Laporta line at the time of this recording.
I would guess it's probably like 210.
Yeah, so I mean, like roughly, I think this parlay is going to be about 10-1.
Damn.
Just as a rough guess, 9-1, 10-1. So we'll get an official odds when Laporta's anytime touchdown line comes out. But
I'm throwing 50 on it this week.
Dude, we've been so close through all week, the first 5 weeks, and obviously that's how the books make their money. Is you're always just one leg away from hitting a parlay. But I feel good about this one in week 6. We're gonna get off the schneid.
Dude, like I said, I'm throwing $50 on it, winning fucking all the money.
Yeah, 500.
Yeah.
Off a band.
Yeah.
Not bad.
All right, sweet. Any last thoughts about week 6 or any of the other exciting things going on in the sports world?
No, I don't think we got a whole lot. I mean, we can get a damn near final check in that Yankees game.
I'm so excited for the Packers to play again. I just want to see them.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
9-6, Yankees, top of the 8th. So looks like the Yanks are going to be living to fight another day.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see you at the window, and yeah, goodbye.
I love all of you.